I have this Minecraft server where 100 players, roughly, simulate civilization. That means war, peace, trades, alliances, and way more. And in this video, I will be explaining the history of this server. Welcome to Glorious Kingdoms Earth! Day one was filled with clans of people that were working together. Surprisingly, people weren't against each other, but all they wanted was teamwork and peace in the world. However, some people decided to be alone for a while. There was also a group of people who were determined to go to Japan to make their own nation called, So this is basically how it went. They met up in Shanghai and then they went to the ocean and then they were looking for Japan, found this island and then like, surely this is Japan. They realised it wasn't, they went around, then they're like, this is Japan. It was South Korea again. And then they went to this island and they're like, surely this is Japan. And then they turned around and went to South Korea. And then finally when they were close to Japan, they turned around and went back to South Korea. And then they're like, surely that's Japan. It was South Korea. The faction of Neo-Cuba always kept hidden. No one ever knew their location but them. Now Cuba was quite indestructible because they had some of the strongest players in the server, such as this guy, try 12 usernames. With Neo-Cuba having a lot of god PvPers on their team, they had a lot of chance for world domination.
Is there a safe?
No, I don't think so.
Should we just do what we want to do?
Well, I'm just mapping out the border to see how truly big, what kind of thing we've got on our hands.
And before we get to day 2, there is one faction you haven't heard about yet. Vinceria. Now a thing or two you don't know about Vinceria is that they made this alliance called USOG. Don't ask about the definition, I don't know, I know but I don't want to say. Basically USOG is a bit like NATO in real life. USOG, an overall body for all nations in glorious kingdoms. They provide fairness, equality and justice to all who need it, or deserve it. They believe that all nations should have rules. That's why USOG is there to protect the people against wrongful acts. And let's just say some interesting
Ihre hochgeschätzten Flotte! Alle übrigen Systeme werden auf die Knie fallen vor der ersten Ordnung! Und sich an diesen besonderen Tag erinnern!
USOG is a national body, or should I say, international body for all those in glorious kingdoms. However, there was a problem. Shiryukoku, Vinceria's biggest enemies.
Oh!
You're not in the frame!
I know!
In USOG. Shiryukoku, Vinceria's biggest enemies, were not in USOG. So they could do whatever rules they wanted, and Vinceria didn't have any power over them. This really affected how the server went. Now if you know a bit about this server, you know that is not a Shiryukoku member. This is try 12 usernames, a member of the Neo-Cuba faction. And what are they doing here, in Vinceria? Well, Shiryukoku decided to declare war on Vinceria. Here is how the declaration read.
Declaration of war from Shiryukoku to Vinceria. By the authority of Shiryukoku and under the unbroken spirit of our people, we hereby declare war upon Vinceria. Your act of reporting our allied leader, Mochi Mind of Stars, which led to her banning, was nothing but a bitch move. It was not strength but fear, not power but weakness. You have proven yourself too cowardly to face us in open battle, so you resort to such actions that stay in your name forever, and they will be repaid in blood and fire. From this day forward, in Syria will known only war. You will not be remembered as conquerors, only as cowards who pulled a bitch move and paid the price. Signed, Shuriokuk.
In the first couple of days, it didn't even feel like war. Vinceria was building this big tower. A day after the declaration, a nation by Shimon the Fish and his friends, with Shimon the Fish being the leader, called the Glutton Empire, was formed. 2 days after that, they united with Shurikoku. Now, however, this was a problem, because the Glutton Empire wasn't friends with Neo-Cuba, and Shurikoku wasn't friends with Vinceria. So both Shurikoku and the Glutton Empire, now as one nation, didn't like Vinceria or Neo-Cuba, meaning they didn't have any allies. Except for their Japanese northern neighbour, of course. Now the main reason why the Glutton Empire didn't get along with Neo-Cuba is because on the 1st of September, Cool Clyde and Tri-12 usernames travelling through the dangerous regions of central China fell into a trap by the Glutton Empire, which had 3 members of the nation camping inside of it. 2 died easily, 1 managed to escape. However, there was a 4th one, young Pliskin, although he just kept getting spam killed. This led to the enslavery of the Glutton Empire when they were soon captured in the island of Mauritius. When Neo-Cuba found them, they gave them the option to either surrender the land or surrender their souls. And with Shurikoku already being at war with Vinceria, an attack from Neo-Cuba was likely to happen. In fact, it did happen.
Dude, because they'll probably see us from a mile away. They're crouching behind the mountain.
Come on, let's... Oh, I've seen it, I've seen it.
Come on, come on, come on.
Yeah, get him.
I have IC.
The war had ended before it even begun. On the 3rd of September, not long after the formation of Sakura, Sakura fell. Neo-Cuba had successfully invaded Sakura. However, their ally, Stars, managed to remain peaceful, neutral, and standing. Okay, let's skip about a week from now. 10th of September 2025. A chest hunt begins. People search for it. In the chest, items unseen by anyone yet in the server, including blaze rods and soul sand blocks, alongside diamonds and ender pearls. Blaze rods and soul sand blocks were never seen on this server, as the nether is closed and you can't get them yourself. The first clue for the chest is given out to all members of the server. Cold and shivering, lonely and isolating, somewhere in the north, somewhere where a city is far. The killing spree event begins and lasts for 1 week, with the aim to get a grand prize for getting the most kills. The rules are as followed: kill as many people as you can in the following week, ending at Wednesday. Send a screenshot proof of the chat message or a clip of you killing that person. You can't kill your teammates, you can kill anyone else. Prizes for top 3 best killers will be handed out. Big battlegrounds are arranged from time to time so people can meet up and start PvPing if they request. AFK killing is allowed. A_2 tries to gather his former Shurikoku and Sakura teammates to join to help in the killing spree. minor success is found. Just after the Killing Spree release, temporarily factionless and previous member of the nations of Sakura and Shirikoku, Air_2 manages to kill 2 people. Cool Clyde from Neo-Cuba shortly follows with 1 kill. Clans from Congo, in the meantime, invade Neo-Cuba, rigging their base with TNT. Some chests, however, are left untouched, but this is the first attack on Neo-Cuba.
The second day of the chest hunt gathers more players during the killing spree closer to each other. The second clue for the chest hunt is released. The time is valuable. Make sure the time zone you're in is between -11 and -1, and maybe there you will find the chest. As soon as the clue is released, many people rushed to North America, mostly USA, Canada and Greenland. Soon after, people began to lose themselves in the depths of the icy mountains and taiga biomes of Canada, and the demand for compasses rose like never before. People used this as an opportunity to sell the item for an expensive price.
10:20 AM. An image for the hint for the chests comes out next. A blurry shape of a country or state. Everyone now for sure knows it's the American state of Alaska in the northwestern section of the map. Third day of the killing spree, the 13th of September 2025. More kills arrive on the cold morning. The leaderboard displays Air_2 from Shirikoku having 3 kills in first place. Tried 12 usernames from Neo-Cuba having 2 kills. Cool Clyde from Neo-Cuba and SpyDragon998 from Shirikoku tied third with 1 kill each.
After days of pain carried out by many, Cool Clyde from Neo-Cuba and factionless Kraz33 find the chest and share the loot. Next day was worse. 6 PM, 15th of September 2025, the server met intense battling in central Germany. Intense battling between the disbanded nation of Shirikoku and the nation of Neo-Cuba in central Germany, near the Zederwater, griefing the surrounding area. Rumwolf27 from Vinceria and Kraz33, whom is factionless, were also present at the battle between the 2 nations. On Neo-Cuba's side were the King TomTom92A, Cool Clyde against players such as Runray Winter, Air2 and SpyDragon998. The battle lasts for 2 hours, and is the biggest ever in the server's history of all 3 seasons, excluding the 2 end fights. This fight was seen as a risk for TomTom92A, as he was ganged upon by the old Shirikoku members, so they could hunt him down for the possession of the Ender Egg. TomTom92A is the arguably rightful owner of the Ender Egg, and to receive the egg, he must be killed. He has 2 passes where he can bypass this rule, which at this point, not one was used, and as he was not killed in battle, he didn't have to use it. Cobwebs remain to this day at the old battleground, where over 50 deaths from 12 people were recorded.
The war was long and blood was lost. No one won, but everyone was scarred. The fall of civilizations. Shirikoku fell. Stars slightly became inactive. Vinceria never played. But the rise of other civilizations was coming soon, and coming fast.
6, 7.
Meet Dayhawk Gaming 101, one of the most charitable players on this server, respected by many, if not all. Dayhawk didn't have a nation, but he did have a faction, called the AAA, AAA. The name actually meant the American Automobile Association. He named it that because he wanted to help others get tools, not automobiles. To switch the topic around, we go from peace to war. Try 12 usernames and Air_2 both won the first killing spree competition with 6 kills. They got a bunch of loot that they wanted. Shortly after that, One Real Winter, the previous leader of Shirikoku, realised, maybe my nation wasn't so bad, but it could be better. He thought that Japan was the problem, because he wanted to make a nation there, and it failed twice. So now he moved to Europe, specifically Greece, to make a nation called Sparta. Now if you don't know One Real Winter, he is infamously known for being bad at making these nations. Sparta. How did that go for him?
This is Sparta!
Well, he met this guy, SpangbEb27, who was a local to Greece. Showed him around, they built a little house, And then SpangbEb27, who secretly despised One Real Winter, shared the codes to every person on the server. The true fact was that SpangbEb27 was in Vinceria, and Vinceria was making a comeback, not only in activity, but in strength, influence, power, and dignity. When One Real Winter found out that he was backstabbed, he tried to run away. He met 3 people who were on the hunt for him. They trapped him in a triangular shape. He had nowhere to escape, yet he managed to land on the island of Sicily, where they lost him. He then moved to Spain, and then he was nowhere to be seen. Will this be the end of civilization, or will it be a rebirth for those new ones? Welcome to Glorious Kingdoms. Okay, bye bye. Also remember to subscribe, there's new videos coming soon.